Growth is an attribute of all living organisms, and binary fission precisely is a mechanism of cell division which is prevalently found in all prokaryotes. When we say growth, it generally means increase in the mass as well as increase in the number. But when we see in the context of microbes, it generally means increase in the numbers. As visible in the figure, we can see a large increase in number, and this eventually leads to increase in overall mass of the population. So growth comprises both the terms, and in fact cell division also precisely occurs after there is increase in mass, but after the division the cells, the daughter cells, attain the same size as that of the parent cell from which they have divided. So conceptually we consider increase in number as microbial growth. The eukaryotic microbes, they have asexual as well as sexual mode of reproduction, but bacteria and archaea, they have asexual mode of reproduction. When we talk of eukaryotic microbes, there is a very vast and precisely maintained involvement of microtubules, proteins, and chromosome pairs that separate. There's a nucleus which gets disorganized and then reorganized as the cell divides. So the mechanism is very clearly marked out. In bacterial and archaeal cells, the process is not so elaborate, but we have involvement of proteins which are similar to the proteins involved in eukaryotic cell division. Proceeding further, binary fission is the main way in which a bacterial and archaeal cell divides. If we see here, we can find that this division occurs at the central axis of the cell. So this central axis needs to be very clearly demarcated for division to occur. As the name suggests, binary means 2. So the cell actually grows to double of its size. All the contents, they multiply so that there is double the content, and as soon as the content nearly attains double the volume, the cell is prompted to divide, and as a result of it two daughter cells are formed which again grow up to the size of the parent cell. So there is growth followed by division of the chromosome material, which is followed by a cytokinesis like process in which the cytoplasm divides, and then the two daughter cells are formed. So in this way every cell grows, gives rise to daughter cells, attains the size, and the cycle continues. Process precisely consists the cell cycle. The various steps include a period of growth which can be compared to G1 phase of the eukaryotic cell cycle, where the cell is actually preparing itself for replication of the chromosomal material. The next stage is the actual chromosomal replication process, and it involves a partitioning. So it is similar to the S and M phase of eukaryotic cell cycle, but there's a slight difference as compared to eukaryotes. There the S and M phases are separated by G2 phase. So there's a precise control mechanism, but here these two are generally overlapping and occur just after one has completed without any pause. And the last part is the cytokinesis, in which the cytoplasm divides. In fact, replication, partition, and even the beginning of cytokinesis, that is the assembly of all the proteins and the machinery that is required for cytokinesis, all these three can occur side by side. So these processes are overlapping. So in similarity with the nomenclature given to the eukaryotic cell cycle, here we have B phase, which is the time between the formation of the new daughter cell and the beginning of the DNA replication. This is followed by C phase, in which the replication procedure continues, and D phase is the time between the termination of the replication and the formation of the new daughter constitute the cell cycle. Looking at the mechanism, we need to understand the process of replication and how is it related to cell cycle. The cell can divide only after its chromosome replicates, so that the daughter cells get exactly the same amount of genetic material as present in their mother cell. So as we are aware, the prokaryotes have circular chromosome, and in this circular chromosome, the replication begins precisely at a spot that is called ori C for origin of replication. As is visible here, this process of replication occurs bidirectionally, that is, moves in both the direction of the circular genome beginning from the ori C. Now, in order to prevent both the replication machineries to cross over each other and continue replication, this process has to be terminated at again a specific site which is called ter site for the terminus. So the entire machinery, which is called replisome, it consists of all the enzymes required for separation of the strands, synthesis of new strands. So this replisome machinery, it assembles at the ori C, moves in both the directions from the circular genome, and then it gets terminated at the ter site. So generally this chromosome material, it lies freely in the cell, but when the division thing has to occur, when the cell has grown in size, so at that time there is a rearrangement in chromosomal material. The exact stimulus for it and the mechanism is not yet known, but it moves in such a way that the origin, that is ori C, and the ter, both of them move to the mid of the cell. Now this has an implication for the very fact that the mid plane has to be determined. So this is actually a thing that helps in that. So when the cell has grown, the mass of the cell has doubled, a particular protein called DNA A that accumulates, and this is required to initiate the DNA replication. Now one complete round of replication is required before the cell divides to ensure that the daughter cells, they receive the required and the exact amount of genetic material, and all the information passes on. Now in a very rapidly growing cells, it is very possible that the genome, it replicates so that two daughter genomes are formed, and within those another cycle of replication begins before the cytokinesis has completed. So when the daughter cells get separated, they get a genome which is exact copy of the mother cell, and at the same time replication has begun in that as well. So the daughter cells are already stimulated for the next cycle of all these processes. It is ensured that cell cycle is precisely controlled with respect to genome multiplication. So the take home points are that prokaryotic growth means increase in the cell number, and this process occurs by binary fission. Now doubling of cellular contents, that is increase in mass and all the metabolites, all the contents including the chromosomal material, this acts as a stimulus for cell to enter the division process. Division of chromosome, it may either be completely done and then cell divides, or the next cycle of replication may begin so that the daughter gets a already replicating chromosome. And for this entire division process to occur, the central axis of the cell, that is the mid plane, needs to be very precisely marked for division so that the genetic material is equally partitioned and all the cellular contents are equally partitioned to form the daughter cells.